count.
1, 2, 3.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops. Bad cops, bad cops.
Yes, so many cops are on the tick. What do you expect when they use tear gas and tanks? Whether in a car or on a horse, cops don't mind using excessive force.
Bad cops, bad cops.
What you gonna do?
Bad cops, bad cops.
What you gonna do?
Bad cops, bad cops.
What you gonna do?
Bad cops, bad cops.
This is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
So we're about to break into. Tell me about this breaking story that's happened right now.
Well, again, another week, another bad cop segment. The city manager of Tacoma is live talking about how we've got some charges on some officers who led to the death of a man who was saying he couldn't breathe and he died due to asphyxia. Manuel Ellis Manuel Ellis was
I think people are streaming and crashing their stream because they're like, yo, what's happening here in this crazy ass story? It's like kind of freezing up right now. The actual stream.
To succeed in the autonomous
But the commercial
they want to
works.
sell you
you need
autonomous
data
vehicles.
and
The
connected
commercials work just
infrastructure.
fine. It's dystopian nightmare we live in. So it's supposed to be a live stream that just froze. Some like
Maybe her body was snatched by aliens.
So we're gonna go to the website. So tell us about the story where you figured this out.
Yeah, so Manuel Ellis, 14 months ago, okay, was, I guess, apprehended by City of Tacoma and Pierce County Sheriff's officers. Well, actually, one of their sheriff's, Detective Sergeant Sanders, was involved in this. But 3 officers were charged. 2 of them charged with murder. 1 of them charged with first-degree manslaughter in the death of Manuel Ellis. Manuel Ellis's death was investigated, and it was determined that their actions were cleared. They were found to have not.
Our show streams better than his press conference about this man that's murdered. This just shows you how much they give a fuck about black people. Like the stream, their fucking stream crashed, but our stream is just so fine. You know, our stream is just fine.
So fine. I mean, look at the motherfuckers in the stream too,
But
son.
their stream crashed. Their stream crashed about, go on. Sorry, I'm so upset about this crazy shit.
Yeah, I think that the stream crashed because of these 2 sexy motherfuckers sitting here reporting on this shit. Tired of reporting on this kind of shit. Anyway, Manuel Ellis was beaten and basically sat on, and he said, "Hey, I can't breathe," and then they called for medical help several minutes later. Their actions were investigated, and of course, when you're investigating yourself, you're going to find that you've participated in no wrongdoing. So the mayor of their jurisdiction and the governor of Washington said, "Nah, fuck that, son. We're not accepting your bullshit investigation."
We have to show how incompetent this city government is. This is what's happening right now on their live stream. This boomer shit that's happening here. This is hilarious. A black man was murdered, and like you're showing you a Facebook. Like, what is this shit? This is happening live at the city of Tacoma. They're like trying to figure out how to stream their program live.
Against
There we go. They got it back again. So I'm not doing this. I'm hands off. This is their streaming people shitting bullets. Someone's gonna get fired on that side probably.
Yeah, somebody an alien snatched her body.
Oh, so now they got it back up. Isn't this
by
crazy?
insisting on change that will ensure manager.
The system doesn't know how to act when it charges cops. It totally freaks out. This is literally what happens. The system is like, oh shit, we gotta charge cops. Shit doesn't work anymore.
Rise of the machines.
Shit is breaking. Like, look at this.
Oh
This is-
my god.
Yo, this is the they're like, so yeah. This is. I just want to show that real quick. Go back. That was live. That was live. They got it back. They got it back up again.
They did.
Yeah, this is wild. This is wild. All right, so we get to watch it again.
Yeah, this is weird, man.
Isn't that weird? The system doesn't know how to act when it actually hold cops accountable. It just
Charges
breaks.
that have been filed today by the Attorney General. Today, I have with me our City Manager, Elizabeth Pauley, and our Interim Police Chief, Mike Akey, who will be making statements this afternoon, followed by myself, Victoria Woodard's Mayor of the city,
Yeah, she wasn't playing.
to provide comments and the path forward.
She was like, we're going to charge these
At
motherfuckers.
this time, I'd like to turn the podium over to City Manager Elizabeth Pauley.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to start today with where my heart is. It's hard to express the depth of emotion today. I continue to grieve with the family of Manuel Ellis.
Yeah, for
and the
14
pain
months,
and weight
right?
that they carry.
Yeah.
And for our community,
That's how
that is
long it was
straining to
that
help
this
carry
finally
that
Yep, this
weight
happened 14
by
months ago.
insisting on change that will ensure accountability
This is
and
sad.
dignity for all.
Like, George Floyd was
My
still
heart
alive
also
when this
aches
happened.
for the men and women of our police department who serve honorably and who have willingly joined our transformational efforts.
Oh, that's why the stream
My
crashed.
job today is to work with our chief to begin our administrative review process. This is a solemn duty. We undertake this responsibility mindful that more process can lead to more pain and confusion for many in our community. My commitment is to do our work in a way that maintains the integrity of the criminal process, to be responsive to the need, to be both thorough and efficient, to share what we can as soon as we can as we move through our process steps, and to ensure that these next critical steps do not preclude accountability, but by working closely with the chief, ensure that our process is part of the path to accountability. I'd like to turn the time over to our interim chief, Chief Akey.
She's like, this is your fucking problem. I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here.
You already know the Fox News heads are going to be like, this is the end of white America.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Murderers are being charged and tried for the murders they commit.
Tacoma police officers
It was here the story.
regarding the Manuel Ellis investigation.
Here we go.
Christopher Burbank and Matthew Collins were charged with second-degree murder, and Timothy Rankine was charged with first-degree manslaughter.
Jesus.
We recognize this decision will not lessen the pain our community is feeling. Conversations and actions regarding police reform are as important as ever. We realize we must reduce outcomes that cause pain and diminish trust within our community. We are committed to upholding accountability of individual
The
officers
lies that these officers
violate the
told
law
to cover over the murder.
14
Tacoma Police
months.
Department will now start its own internal review of the actions of the officers involved in this incident. Based on that investigation, we will make further determination regarding any disciplinary actions, policy, or training changes that may occur.
Didn't
based
y'all
upon the
motherfuckers
findings.
already do your investigation and
We will
determine that
issue
they
notice of
didn't
investigation
break any
to
policies?
officers involved in the incident.
And then you put them back out on the
This will also
street?
include determining the departmental status of the involved officers in
They
accordance with
blame
departmental
meth and heart
policies
disease.
procedures, contractual obligations,
That
and
sounds
following due process.
very familiar.
In
Yeah,
alignment
that's
with
what
our
the
commitment to
medical
transparency and
examiner did.
transformation,
Wait, well, they already made
we will
that
provide
already.
regular updates regarding our internal investigation. Thank you. I hand it back over to the mayor.
He's like, He's like,
Thank you, Chief.
This
and
stream
thank you,
broke.
City Manager Pauley. Earlier today, in a special meeting, I, along with my entire council, sent out a statement and voted on a statement and unanimously approved that statement to go out, expressing our deep concern and commitment to moving forward with transformation in our community. Concern for our entire community and the Ellis family and everyone who's been affected by this tragic incident. Today, the Attorney General's office followed through on its commitment to hold the facts of the Manuel Ellis investigation up to the standard of the laws in our state. We now know the significant felony charges that will begin criminal proceedings against 3 City of Tacoma police officers. I know that what I say here today will raise more questions than we have answers for at this time. And I acknowledge that the information I have today is likely to feel deeply unsatisfying. We don't have all of the answers yet, but we will be sharing more as we learn them. What we have is
She acting like they killed the nigga yesterday. That was 14 months ago.
Yeah, we about to pop. Once this press conference is over, we're gonna pop up the timeline and show you how long it took for this shit to happen.
The charges being brought against the 3 officers on the scene the night of Manuel Ellis's death will no doubt be received with some strong emotions across our entire community. For many, this news will be welcoming. For others, this news will be deeply troubling and difficult to bear. And for more still, the news may prompt any number of mixed emotions. It will no doubt intensify questions about the safety of Black lives here in the city of Tacoma. The truth, no matter where you might stand on the Attorney General's decision, is that Manuel Ellis was a son, a brother, a father, a churchgoer, and a friend to many. The loss of his life is tragic and heartbreaking, and losses of Black life specifically impacts our friends, our families, our neighbors of color, and me. The Ellis family specifically requested an independent state investigation, and I want to thank them for their diligence and the Washington State
She really
Patrol,
worked hard to
the
pronounce
Attorney General's
specifically
office
properly.
for their
Kudos to
effort
her.
in fulfilling that request. Moreover, the City Council and I are grateful for Governor Jay Inslee and Representative
That wasn't gonna do
Deborah
shit.
Isserman, who heard us and worked to make independent
Cops,
state-level
yo, it's crazy. I gotta pull up what the
a right
cops
that is available
issued a
to
statement about the
every-
charges. I want to say what they
every
said. Their
Washington
statement is
family
wild.
impacted
Mm-mm.
by officer-involved
I
deaths.
expect
And I
nothing
hope in
less.
the next legislative session that we will add independent state-level prosecutions as well. I want to thank the community and especially the Ellis family, who in their grief had to exercise extreme patience. And I want to thank everybody that you've demonstrated throughout the investigation of this case that being patient and waiting for the truth is so incredibly important. I know it has taken much longer to get to this point than any of us ever expected or wanted. But I also believe it allowed for the thorough independent review that Manny Ellis's family and the Tacoma community deserved. Because the Attorney General's office has reached its decision as an independent agency, this matter will now enter our legal system. And while it will require more of our patience, which will be difficult, we respect our legal system's prosecution of the charges and proceeding in a manner that is just. While the criminal process moves forward, the deputy mayor, the city council, and I will support the city manager and her staff's effort to begin a separate administrative review to determine whether there is cause for additional disciplinary action of the 5 officers who were involved. The council and I will be holding the city manager fully accountable for this review, including responsibility for reporting back to us and the entire community on a regular basis on how this work is progressing. I have complete trust in the diligence that want that to happen here. In Tacoma, our administrative leaders who bear the responsibility and the lives matter.
What?
We must treat
That was
them
glitching out
like
now.
they matter. Important need for change. While we continue to ask hard questions.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna cut away because I don't know how the city government has terrible stream like that, you know. But
maybe
yeah.
they should have paid their IT department.
Going on Facebook, what was going on there? Man, the man died, yo. So I really want to pull up this timeline because like everyone's kind of self-congratulating themselves. Yeah, we did something here today, but so pretty much the Tacoma Police Union, they issued a statement pretty much saying that, you know, it's a political witch hunt because they're brainwashed by Trump. It's insane now. They're
like, yo, we have a license to kill niggers.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
It's a witch hunt. They're calling what's happened a witch hunt. So according to charging documents, there was no evidence Ellis fought back once he was taken to the ground. There's no evidence. So one witness video shows Burbank delivering taser strikes to Ellis while Ellis puts his hands up. We don't even need to even see the footage. Just listen to these details.
One witness video shows Burbank delivering taser strikes to Ellis while Ellis put his hands up in apparent submission. Damn, even in a fucking cage, once a fighter submits, that's supposed to be the end of it. But not on the streets of America. And you guys think that mixed martial arts is barbaric? All right.
That same week, they pretty much they just like, yeah, it was okay. So the same week, pretty much March 3rd, 2020, they just concluded their investigation in 2 weeks. So that okay, it's over. He claimed Ellis behaved aggressively towards them. So they were back at work.
Like, do you really think that one guy is going to behave aggressively towards a group of 4 men with guns on their hips? Like, who just walked past a bunch of police officers and it tries to rip them out of the car? Who does that? Come on, son. I'm not buying none of that bullshit.
Yeah, so we caught that press conference live, glitching out live, pretty much. And
it's sad that we have to keep bringing to you guys the same segment over and over and over again. I mean, when we do Dash and Bash, I mean, you know, America is built on greed, right? So we're going to have so much material for Dash and Bash. But the fact that we have these Bad Cops segments and we can run these segments every episode.
Bad Cops is the only segment that happens live, whether we're recording it or we're filming live. Bad Cops happens all the time. While we're doing the show, it happens.
In fact, we did not plan to do a Bad Cops segment today. We had no plans of doing so today.
Yeah, so.
But the thing is, you know, we want to keep talking about the minority of officers, you know, the bad apples in the bunch. Why do we consistently have legitimate content to bring to you almost every single episode and certainly every single week with a Bad Cop segment? We do a Bad Cop segment at least once a week, if not both episodes. But you guys want to say, oh, like, we do understand it as a minority of officers.
Yeah.
But we got this steady stream of this stuff. And it's not just what the officers did, but after over a 2,000-page report was released on it, a 2,169-page report was turned over to the Attorney General's office. And we still got to hear from the union, oh, this is a witch hunt. They have 2,169-page report plus witness accounts plus video. What witch hunt could you be talking about? And when these officers, let's say for the purposes of playing devil's advocate or for the discussion, let's say that these officers that killed Manuel Ellis, let's say they made errors in judgment. Let's say that they did not intend to kill him. Let's just say that.
Well, like,
do you know what really erodes the trust of the public? When we've got blatant evidence of extreme wrongdoing, and then we don't hear from the police union, yeah, this is kind of messed up and we want to make sure that we keep our departments clean so that we could be trusted by the public. No, in the face of all this evidence, we got to hear from you, oh, this is just a politically based witch hunt. You are the reason. You police unions, police union leaders, you are the reason we don't trust the police. Because we can understand if police get a little brutal. They're imperfect human beings like the rest of everybody else.
No, I think it's terrible.
But we can't trust you.
I think it's the worst.
If you're trying to justify it, you're an official organization trying to say, yes, what you just saw was a murder, but the worst system ever. That ain't a murder.
And I think it's the worst system ever. And I think people needed to start going to police stations and tell them to get the fuck out the communities at this point. And if you don't want to get out, then we're gonna tell the military to get you out. I don't know. I just feel like at this point, they're doing more damage at this point.
Now, I'm the one that's supposed to be like the more right-leaning guy, right? And I'm telling you that I'm tired of this shit. What do you think Messiah is going to tell you? I'm going to be like, yo, you guys, you unions need to start backing the good officers and shunning the bad ones. And my voice is eventually going to be drowned out by the sound of our voices in unison, both of us telling you to get the fuck out the communities. Because every time we turn around,
it's like
the people that get paid to keep stuff in check, you guys are out of order.
It's like watching a Nightmare Goofy cartoon. Like he's always bumbling, fucking shit up, but actually
in the shadows, and you hear yuck,
he's like,
yuck,
it feels like that, but Goofy's killing people. He's like why are we hiring Goofy to bring our chandelier, hang our chandelier up? Like, why are we hiring Goofy to carry all our glass cases? Why are we hiring Goofy?
Yuck you up?
Why the fuck are we hiring Goofy to take care of our kids?
I was gonna say, yo, dude, seriously, I was about to be like, yo, you got Goofy in the daycare, and he's like, I'll yuck you up. Stop yucking with me, yuck.
But we got more pleasant stuff to talk about on the show today. But that's this crazy bad cops. So you follow us on
bad police unions.
Yeah, follow us on
bad cops, worst police unions. Yeah. That's the new segment.
Yeah, so you got to follow us on Twitter, Twitch, act.tv. We have over 51,000 subscribers with James and Juliana and Sarah. There only works. Now almost. I mean, it's 52,000 already. I thought it's still 51. But then Dr. Regis, he's on Twitter, Twitch, Discord on Talking Shit, and that's good old bad cops.